Welcome back to the Nourishing Routes channel, where I'll be showing you how to love food, adore your body and become your authentic self. I really can't wait to get going with this video because it's going to be one of my absolute favourites because it's all about nostalgic sweet eating. Yep, it's all about let's get rid of those anti-clean eating labels and let's start believing that food is more than nutrition, it's also about connecting with our memories. So what better way to do that than invite you to come along on my personal favourite sweetie haul, which I decided to do because recently I was walking down Liverpool Bowl Street and found this amazing little quirky sweet shop, and I just couldn't resist having a little mooch in and seeing what I could find. And lo and behold, some of my favourite childhood sweets just happened to be lurking inside. So of course I couldn't resist buying some, and I want to share these with you and so you can see that, you know, food is part of a balance and it's important to reconnect with our memories around food. So let's get going by showing you firstly some of my favourite sweeties from childhood. My first favourite sweeties are these toffee bonbons. They're coated in like a white sugary powder and my memories with them go so far back. Like literally, I used to go music lessons when I was younger and my granddad used to take me into this little sweet shop that was just next door afterwards. And it used to have like, you know, all the old little sweet jars, and I would always choose the toffee bonbons because I just love chewy things and guaranteed they would keep me happy for the next 2 hours and probably a little bit quieter too. They were also like my sweets of choice and probably still are actually if I'm going to the cinema. Like I do love popcorn, but don't get me wrong, you just sometimes can't go wrong with a good pick and mix. And unfortunately mine tends to be more expensive because these kind of weigh a lot. So yeah, these toffee bonbons are amazing, and if you love toffee or fudgy things, they're absolutely perfect. They aren't so good for fillings though, because I remember once giving one to my granddad just so he could try one and one of his fillings came out and he was really angry. So yeah, that's a negative memory, but at least most of it is positive. Second on the list of my favourite sweeties are these double dips, which, quite true to the name, is something that you double dip with. Now it comes with like a little candy stick, which I'm actually going to show you. And my dad used to bring them back from this like big, it's like a big warehouse type department store where you can buy sweets and everything in bulk, food in bulk. And they used to sell these in bulk and he used to come back with loads of them, like literally about 50 bags, and these would keep me happy. So this is a little stick here. And what you do is, these are like filled with sherbet, so you can dip them in and they're different flavours, and then what you do is you just eat them on the stick. And it's so good. After a while though, it does make your tongue hurt because it is quite sherbety, but it's definitely worth it. All the sweeties here I'm showing you are vegetarian too, which is equally good. But you know, there's nothing wrong in a while in indulging in some sugary goodness that just fills you with joy and takes you right back to your childhood, which these definitely do. Next on the menu is another sherbety thing. As you can probably tell already, I'm quite a sherbety person. And a lollipop person too, because this is called a dip dab. Yeah, I used to call it dib dab, so I was obviously saying it wrong. It's a dip dab, and this it's like a red lollipop. I mean, who doesn't love the red lollipops anyway? And it's just literally just white sugary sherbet that you just dip in, and it's not like that sour sherbet that makes you go, ugh. Even though I like that, it's just really sweet. So it's just, oh, it's just heaven to eat. Obviously there's a lot of sugar in this, but who cares? Because if you eat it occasionally and it makes you happy, then so what? Next up is something a little smaller, but equally indulgent and lovely. So this is Swizzles. Well, they're actually called Parma Violets, and for one, they smell divine. They're almost like, well, hence the name, like a violety smell and a scent, which is quite citrusy and fruity. But I brought these here because I used to eat them in a really unusual way. So basically they're like little small discs of like sherbety candy. Yeah, gotta have sherbet in them of course. And you just place them on your tongue and just let them melt. But I used to do something completely different because I used to eat sweets in weird ways anyway. I used to get a glass of lemonade and pour the whole packet of sweets in, and they used to fizz up like loads of bubbles would just fly off them, and it would look really cool in the lemonade glass. But then at the end, I would like spoon out that Parma violets and they would just taste like this, oh, deluxe little package of goodness that just tasted, oh. Might actually try that, I think. Before I have these again, I'm gonna buy myself in some lemonade and test it out. Next up is another little sherbety taste of goodness, which is these refreshers. Yes, I think they're made by Bassett's. Yeah, Bassett's. Are they Bassett's? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh yeah, no, Barrett Bassett's. Similar thing. And these, I'll actually open them because these are so fun. They like come in different colours, and if you can see, they're basically like love hearts, but they tasted nicer, so let's have a little look. And these are also little fizzy discs too, yeah? But they're like the Parma violets, but these are the ones that you could just literally, so tangy. These are really like that stab of sherbet feeling, but ooh, it's just so good. The reason I picked refreshers was because my memories of them was I'd literally just buy loads of them, eat loads at once, and just see how many I could take. Oh gosh, it's still even, oh god, it makes you salivate so much. But I'd see how much I could eat of them with my cousin. We'd just have this competition to see who could eat the most sweets. Speaking of my cousin though, I could not forget to pick up one of these sticks. Anyone who's British and was born in the 90s will definitely remember these, although they used to be much bigger than this. They used to be about like 1 metre long. And this is, not surprisingly, full of sherbet and sugar. And it's like different colours, like there's a red one, a yellow one, a blue one. And basically you just take off the lid, snip it off, and literally just down it. How bad is that? It sounds bad, but actually no, it's not bad. Everything's good in moderation. And we would spin around the living room, like, you know, when you do that and make yourself dizzy. And then at the same time, we'd like be pouring these, getting down our mouths, getting really hypo. And to see who could stand up the longest. Looking back now, that was so crazy. It was like getting drunk at the age of 8 or 9. But these are really good and obviously gave you a really good boost of energy if you're feeling tired. But I suppose my mum and my auntie probably didn't like it because we just end up really more erratic and chaotic than we were usually. But yeah, definitely want to try if you've never have. Or if you have and want to rekindle some good memories, then definitely get hold of one of these good old sherbet sticks. Right, I have saved the very best till last because one of my favourite all-time childhood sweets are so small and simple, yet just oh so deliciously good. And they are jelly tots. Oh my god, I had them wrong way. Jelly tots. These are the most gorgeous childhood things that you could ever come across. They're just like little tiny jelly sweets, so they're not like big hard gums. They come in all different colours. They're about the size of a Skittle actually. And if you've never seen them before, you can get like all these little different colours. Yeah, they're really cool. And I'm gonna have one now. Cool. But with these, I have such a vivid memory of these when I was younger, because my granddad would buy me these from the corner shop near his house. And then once I'd finished the bag, they were only really tiny bags actually, but you have all this little sugar residue left at the bottom. And then what you do with that is you kind of just down it all in one, a little bit like what you do with a sherbet stick, and it was so good. And you know, eating things like this, of course, if I was eating it all the time, it would be unhealthy. But occasionally, it's just really good to rekindle some memories. You know, kind of think back to what it was like in childhood. And you know, all those tastes of those sweets, they're so connected with who we are as a person, how we've grown up, all of our current tastes and our dislikes too. I'd just like to say at the end of this video that there isn't anything wrong with occasionally eating some sweets. It's really good for our health if we can connect with some memories and also view food as much and more than just nutrition. In fact, let's all go now and go to our favourite sweetie shop and buy our old favourite sweets, or even buy a pick and mix, because it's nothing to feel guilty about, it's nothing to feel bad about, it's just part of life and being a beautiful human being who can eat what they want, when they want, without any guilt. So finally, on that note, let me say a goodbye, and if you'd like to check out more of this channel, please subscribe or go to my website nourishingroots.com and find out more about what this philosophy is all about. Who knows, you might even come across a blog post that's all about promoting sweetie eating. Bye!